would be, all right, so it says, of 60 diners in a restaurant, 15 ordered the fish of the day, 7 are wearing a tie. All right, so we know we have 60 diners.
Yeah.
15 ordered fish. Seven are wearing a tie. Of the diners who ordered fish, 2, I should put and 7. That way it makes it look a little bit more sense to what y'all are seeing on your review. Maybe. There you go. Okay, comma. 2 are wearing a tie. All right. What is the probability that one of the diners ordered the fish or is wearing a tie? So the best way to do this would be to draw that Venn diagram. So here, I'm going to have one of my circles and then another of these circles. And I'm going to have fish and tie. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So you go back and you read the information and you make sure you get the information in there as is. So I have 15 that ordered fish, 7 are wearing a tie. So I'm going to put 15 here, 7 here. You should be able, okay, so you have 2 are also wearing a tie here. Well, this 2 would be in the middle. But the thing you have to remember here is you don't want to overcount. So I have to take the 2 away from both the fish and the tie. So I do 15 minus 2, which gives me 13. And 7 minus 2, that gives me 5.
Okay.
Does that part make sense?
Yeah.
You don't want to overcount. So you have to make sure you take those away from the Venn diagrams here. So we know that we had 60 people that was in the diner. And if you count this up here, the 13 and 2 is 15 plus 5 is 20. So there's 20 people that's accounted for in this Venn diagram. That leaves 40 that does not fall into this category. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we can actually answer the probability question here. So we're trying to find the probability of the diners who ordered fish. What is the probability that one of the diners ordered the fish or is wearing a tie? So the probability of fish, I'm just going to put an F here, or means what?
Both.
No, or, okay, what would you do if I said or? What would be your operation?
I mean, I guess I would add.
That's correct. So with or, you're adding, and is multiplying. So I'm going to say plus the probability of a tie, wearing a tie. So T here. All right, so the probability of ordering the fish is the 15 out of 60. Because we knew that it was 15. Now, we have overlap, so I'm going to put that here in just a second. The probability of wearing a tie, they told me, was 7. But we had that overlap, correct? Of where, like here, the 2. So this is the overlap. I'm just going to put overlap here. That's how I used to explain it. So minus the 2 out of 60. So if you do 15 over 60 plus 7 over 60 minus 2 over 60, what do you get?
Hold on. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's very early in the morning.
Yeah, right.
So 15 plus 7 minus 2.
20
There you
over
go.
60.
All right, now, always reduce. So what does 20 over 60 go to?
Uh,
All right. Give you a second. If you have a calculator, you can use that.
um, 5/15.
I think you can reduce it a little bit more than that. It is 1/3.
Uh,
And here's a little trick to it. These zeros are going to take care of themselves. So what's 2 out of 6? 1/3.
oh, yeah, 1/3.
All right, so then your probability would be 1/3 of that happening. That's how the Venn diagram works. And like I said, I don't want to do the one on the quiz because not everyone's taking the quiz.
All right.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was having trouble with.
Very good. I'm glad I could help then. What else do we got, guys? Anything in particular? And we do have Miss Audrey on the chat, so if you were talking back and forth, you could do that as well. Any other questions? Don't forget to make sure that you're doing all your work. So you've had a couple of assignments today, this week, and we pushed out the review for the test, which is one of the questions we just did, to make sure you're going over that as well.
Yeah, I'm saving the Delta Maths for today because I have tutoring today, and we usually try to get those done in tutoring.
Okay. Just make sure you get them done. That way I can put those grades in for you. And then be working on the review. Anything else from anyone? I know I have a few of y'all in here. And also don't forget that if you go to Coach Jones's YouTube video or YouTube channel, I'll get it right. Sorry, it's early. All of the notes and the recorded Zooms are on there. And she did do a couple, I've put them on my e-class, and your teacher should have put them on their e-class too, of the other things as well, like when we saw that y'all were having issues with certain things in Delta Math. So make sure you're checking those stuff out as well. So we kind of went over the or is addition, and we know with and it is multiplication. So I'm just going to kind of just take some problems from the review since we don't have any. Is there any questions on 11.4, 11.5 though, before I take some questions on the review or go over a few things from the review? Are we understanding the conditional probability and the two-way tables? Okay. So then let's work an and. I'm just going to randomly pick some stuff on the problems here. Actually, let's do a two-way table one, since that's one of the things that y'all just went over this week. So I'm going to get a new whiteboard here. All right, so number 5 on the review has a table, which I'll copy down real quick. So I have male, we have female, and I have left hand, which I'm going to abbreviate, and then we have right hand. All right, so they give you, oops, didn't mean to erase the whole thing, that there's 2 left-handed male, 35 right-handed male, 6 left-handed female, and 36 right-handed females. All right, so it says in the problem, the table shows the distribution of male and female students and left-handed and right-hand students in the math club. Make a table of the joint and marginal relative frequencies expressed in decimal form. So this was the 12 or the 11.5 notes here. So when you're doing that, you're going to make this other new table, which is already there for you. So you didn't really have to make it. You're just going to be filling it in. So I have my male. We have our female. We have the left-handed. Oh, so sorry. There we go. We have our left-handed. And we have our right-handed. And we have our total. And we also have a total line over here. All right, so the first thing you need to do is figure out how many people were surveyed. So you're going to add all these numbers up, the 2, the 35, the 6, and the 36 together. So you're going to add those up, and that will tell me how many people in this survey was surveyed or asked this question. So if you do that, you get that there was 79 people asked. Okay. So with that 79, all you have to do to come in here and start to fill out this table, we'll do it this way in different colors here, is I would do 2, because there's 2 in the left-handed male, over the total 79 people. So you're going to put that in your calculator, and it's going to give you a decimal of 0.025. You're going to do the same thing for the right-handed male, so 35 over 79.
Do you only do that because they want it in decimal form?
Well, when you're doing the two-way table here, you need to put it in that decimal form, because the key thing here is when we get to this box right here, I'm going to put in yellow, it should always equal 1. Because remember, in probability, it adds to give you that 1.
Okay.
So 100% chance of something happening. So 1. All right, so then here, 35 out of 79 is 0.443. Then you're going to do the female. 6 out of 79 is 0.076. Then you're going to have the 36 out of 79 to get the 0.456. Now, I'm going to switch colors here. You're going to add these decimals up for each row in each column. So let's just do the male row first. So if I do 0.02 or 0.025, 0.443, and I add them up, I get 0.468. But do the same thing for the females, 0.076 plus 0.456, I would get 0.532. And then I'm going to add the columns up as well. So I'm going to have 0.025 plus 0.076 which will give me 0.101. And then I'm going to do 0.443 plus 0.456 to get 0.899. And if you notice, if you add the totals, either way, it gives you 1 on that one. So this would be how you would make the joint and marginal relative frequency table. And then from here, you can answer the questions that they're asking. So question A says, given that a person is left-handed, what is the probability that they are female? So we're going to be looking at our left-handed. That's what it gives me first. So let me just write this.
.076, right?
Point what? 076?
Yeah.
That's going to be part of it. So you have part of that here. You just have to get the other part of this. So what is the probability? They are female. All right, so you look at the two things that they're telling you here. We know that there's, given that it's left-handed, so I'm going to be looking at my left-handed column, and that we're going to that female, which is that 0.076, like you said. That's going to be your top number, if I can write. But your bottom number for the probability would be, it says given that a person is left-handed. So since that left-handed there, given that it's left-handed, we go to the total of left-handed, and that's where my bottom number is going to come into play. So then you would divide those two. So 0.076 divided by 0.101. And that gives you 0.752, or you could say 75.2%. So then to answer question B, it says, given that a person is male, sorry guys, can't spell today at all. What is the probability that they are right-handed? All right, so given that the person is male, that given that it's male here tells me that's my bottom number. So if I go all to the total of the males, that's that 0.468. Now you're going to look for where the male and the right-handed overlap, which is going to be that 0.443. And you're just going to, again, divide those two. So 0.443 divided by 0.468, which gives me 0.947, which is 94.7%. So that was a nice little problem to recap the tables and conditional probability, which was the 2 lessons from this week.
That cleared up a bit. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other questions, guys? Do you have anything else that I could help you with for the last couple of minutes, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, well, like I said, just make sure you get your stuff done so I can get those grades in. Check out Miss Jones's YouTube channel for all the other videos and things like this, including this one will be put up there as well. And make sure you're working on the review so that when we have our review days next week, if you have any questions, we're able to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye.